I believe in all kinds of magic, but my favorite kind is accidental magic. That's when someone casts a spell without even realizing it, and it still works like a charm. A great example of this is Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. When she sings over the rainbow, she doesn't know it, but she's casting a spell to find a place where she can be happy. And the whole part of the movie that's in color, that's what the spell conjures to bring her the answer to where she can be happy. There's no place like home. Her spell works. Let me tell you about my accidental magic spell. 7 years ago, not Kansas, but Long Island, New York, my nightmare divorce has been going on for 10 years. It's been a whole decade of family court and orders of protection, and it's beaten me down. The depression is really, really bad, and it's like I can't feel happiness at all anymore. My family and friends are worried. They don't know what to do for me. I don't know either. I tried dyeing my hair purple, thinking it'll force some color into my life, make me smile. Doesn't work. Nothing works. I just feel broken. And all I do is sit alone in my garage in the dark and cry, like every day, all the time. And I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be able to bear it. Don't worry, I am in therapy. And I tell my therapist, I'm broken, I can't feel happiness anymore. And one of the things she suggests is a support group. I'm desperate, I'll try anything. So here I am in the back row of this meeting hall in a support group meeting, and I've got my sweatshirt hood pulled up over my head to cover my purple hair because I'm crying and I don't want anybody to look at me. There's a woman up at the front of the room, she's leading the meeting, and I see her notice my tears. And I think she might start aiming her words at me. She says, when I was new and sad and I didn't know what to do, I heard something in a meeting like this one, and it really helped. Here it is. Live your life expecting guidance. You don't know where it's gonna come from or what it's gonna look like, but believe me, you'll know it when you see it. If she's aiming at me, she hit her mark. Because for the first time in a really long time, I feel a spark of hope, and I want more. Then she says, this group is having a big convention in 6 months in Maine. It's gonna be great. And now I'm sure she's looking right at me. You should come. Which is crazy. I can barely leave my garage. I'm not committing to a trip to Maine in 6 months with a bunch of people that I don't even know. But I'm afraid to let the spark of hope go out. So I register for the convention and buy a plane ticket to Maine on my phone before the meeting's even over. And I look for the woman afterwards to say thank you. She's already headed over to me, and we hug, and she sees my purple hair. And when we exchange phone numbers, she puts me in her phone as Purple Amy with a purple heart emoji. I kind of like that. Purple Amy. I don't cry on the drive home. The next morning, I start a new journal in a purple spiral notebook, of course. Live my life expecting guidance. I'll know it when I see it. Huh. Maybe I'm not broken and I can't feel happiness. Maybe I'm just lost and I can't find happiness. And if I expect guidance, and I really do know it when I see it, oh, like the spark of hope that got me to buy that plane ticket so fast. Okay, so maybe that guidance can help me find the path to happiness. And then I realized how much guidance I must have missed crying alone in my garage. And I write these words in my journal. Damn, you were here all along, you red ruby slippers, you. I keep going to the meetings. I'm looking for the happiness path, reminding myself to expect guidance. I'll know it when I see it. And none of my problems go away. But I do start to feel a little less lost. 6 months go by. I'm at that convention in Maine. I'm walking around. They have raffles as a fundraiser for the group. I buy 10 tickets. I'm going down the row of prizes. They're good, like iPads, vacation packages, stuff like that. I drop a ticket here, one there, and then I see it. At the end of the row, this beautiful purple quilt, and I'm drawn to it like a magnet. There's a card in front of it, and it says, Purple Judy's Quilt. Called Purple Judy because she always wore purple, sometimes up to her hair color. This quilt was made by her daughters while she was in hospice, and sadly she passed away before it was completed, but they finished it and donated it here as a gift. Okay, I don't know how a quilt is gonna help me find the happiness path, but all I can think is you'll know it when you see it. And I put all my tickets into the box for Purple Judy's Quilt. And I have to wait the whole weekend. It's the last prize they call. And they bring up one of Purple Judy's friends to draw the ticket. And I stand up and start walking to the front before she's got it out. So I'm standing right in front of her as she reads my number. And I tug on my purple hair, and she starts to cry. I bring the quilt home, I hang it behind the table where I write in my journal. 5 years go by. I've dyed my hair back from purple because I don't need to force it anymore. I'm back to life with joy and color and sparkle. And oh, surprise, my life is not perfect. I still have problems, but I expect guidance. And so far, it's doing a pretty good job of helping me find that happiness path. And I'm still in the group, I'm still going to meetings, and I'm asked to give the keynote speech at the group's big convention that year, the same one where I won Purple Judy's Quilt 5 years earlier. So I'm walking up to the podium and they have that year's raffles out in front, and I just throw in a plug for them. Oh, I won a beautiful quilt in this raffle 5 years ago. And then I give my speech. I'm talking about how I felt when I first got to the group, broken, and then maybe not broken, just lost. And I have my first journal with me, the purple spiral notebook, and I flip it open to the beginning, and I read from it to the room. Damn, you were here all along, you red ruby slippers, you. The next morning, a woman comes up to me. She says, I don't know if you remember me. I'm Judy's friend, the one who gave you the quilt. She starts fiddling with something on her shirt. She says, you know, Judy always wore these big, colorful pins. And at the end, she gave them away to her friends. And I'd never worn this, not once, but I was wearing it last night when you were speaking, and now I know this was always meant for you. She finishes taking it off her shirt and hands the pin out to me. It's red ruby slippers. And I burst into tears because I can see the whole thing now. I didn't know I was casting accidental magic when I wrote those words about red ruby slippers in my journal. But now, looking at the ruby slippers pin in my hand, my spell works and brings me the answer to finding the happiness path back to me in my own words. You were here all along. I was never lost. I was here all along. Because it's not a new path I needed. It was a new way to walk it. Expecting guidance. Believe me, you know it when you see it.